Good afternoon to all my YouTubers, my Facebookers, my Grammars. No, I'm not on Snapchat. Just can't wrap my fingers around that yet. I guess one day I may have to submit. Just sitting here reflecting. You know, I've been riding around, and as I ride around, I've been like in my town. I've seen people that I've grown up with, but not like really hung around, but just people you know from school and just living here in such a small area. And just in general, even when I'm traveling around the state and going places, I'm always noticing and being aware of people's outward conditions, right? I'm obsessed with the mind, people's behavior, their lives, like what's going on in people's lives. And when you look at people, like in my eyes, right, you see more than what's really there on the surface. And it's concerning seeing somebody that you grew up with, and when you see them, like it's 20 years later and they look like life has hit them so hard, and it's like they're stuck in this time warp. And when I look at people, it's not to look down or anything, but it makes me reflect about myself and where I'm at and what's been going on with me and the choices I've made. And I ask myself the question, what makes a person choose to be stuck like 20 years ago, doing the same thing you were doing when you were a teenager or in your 20s? Like, at what point does a person decide to grow up, right? To mature, right? To decide that they want to actually live not necessarily a better life, but a life that has quality in it, right? Why don't we want quality in our lives? And then I guess it goes back to looking at our environments that influenced us growing up. You know, some people have grown up in environments where they didn't have much. So some people, I guess, accept that as life for them and never go beyond that in their own adult life. You know, and it's something that it's been on my mind. It's something that I hope I can get a lot of engagement with from everybody that's viewing this video, because it's a discussion that we need to have as a community, as a people, you know. And this is a time of the year where people reflect upon themselves, because the new year just came in. Then right after the new year, you know, America honors what we call Black History Month in February, right? And this is a time of reflection, right? Becoming aware of yourself and learning about who you are personally, right? And where you come from, who your people were. You know, what have we accomplished? And how many of us are really spending that time learning this stuff and teaching this stuff to our children? You know, in today's time, you know, in this time, it's important that we do these things. It was done with me, right? And it's important that we do it with our children and this generation, because if information is not passed on, right, then it gets lost, right? And we all know someone who's lost themselves, and they've let life deal them a bad hand, and they didn't know how to play it, right? And, you know, I'm in the business of helping people figure that stuff out, you know, and that's what led me to developing the blueprint for success, because people suffering out here, you know, personal relationships, personal growth, your health, fitness, your spirituality, you know, religious beliefs, and career and business. A lot of people are at crossroads or still trying to figure those things out. You know, I've met people who have done amazing things in terms of their education and accomplish education at the master's and doctorate levels and still don't know what they want to do, and it's real for people because sometimes we don't know the path that we're following, if it's a path that we feel like somebody else wants us to follow, or is it really something that we really want to do? So you should ask yourself every day, what is my purpose? What am I doing? And look at the things that happen in your life that affect you negatively and also reflect upon them, as well as the things that have been positive in your life. It's very important to be in tune with your own self, more so than anyone else. We're living in times where we're trying to connect to people because we're trying to fill all these voids, right? Oh, I want a relationship. I want to be in love. I want to be married. I want to be paid more. I want X, Y, and Z. We want all these things, right? And none of these things come for free. They come at a cost. They come at a price, right? And it's going to require us to do some things that we've never done before to get them. Because all this stuff that we want, the wealth, the material, the love, the affection, everything, this happiness that keeps eluding us, that we keep missing, right? It's not going to fall out the sky. It's going to come when you decide to center and focus on your core and address those layers, right, that have developed over the years and built up on you. There's stuff under those layers that need to be dealt with. What does it take? What is it going to take that's going to happen in your life that you're going to decide, I need to take this serious? Is it going to be a mental breakdown? Is it going to be a medical issue? What is it going to be? At some point, you have to stop. And you're going to have to get away from all of the chatter, the noise, right? And you're going to have to tune in to yourself, right? No one can do that for you. No relationship, no job, no nothing, no business. It's something that you're going to have to learn to do for yourself if you ever want to accomplish, right, and achieve and have the things that you want. Everybody agrees that they want to be happy, but nobody wants to do the work. We've all been impacted in our lives by things that's happened, growing up, from relationships, marriages, school, whatever. We all have issues that are common, right? But how many of us come together for the sake of addressing these issues and helping each other and build? There are a lot of resources out there. There are a lot of people out there that can help address these things, right? But if you keep running, then guess what? You'll never catch up to your problems. They'll keep eluding you, right? Focus on yourself. Address your core. Core transformation is something that none of us can live without, but yet we're continuing every day to live without it. We get into all these relationships, in and out, and we want to blame everybody else but the self. If you learn to blame the self, then you can take accountability. You can take ownership, right? It's only when you take ownership is when things are going to change, because awareness has to take place first. You have to first become aware. It's the Urban Scholar. Y'all enjoy your day. Thank you.